In the following presentation, myself, Elena, together with Adrian, Barbijan, and Xihan, came up together as a team in order to explain the importance of teamwork and how manager could work to enhance team cohesion and result with a high-functioning team.
Traits are important for high-functioning team. What are traits? Traits include physical traits and behavioral traits. Assumed traits are internal, stable, consistent, and different. In terms of the effective to situation, traits means coherent response to particular situation cues. People can be grouped into file types by the big file model. First, extroversion. Extroversion is a social rate, which task performance and creativity. Second, graveness. Graveness is negative, correlated with job performance in the leadership position. Conscientious person is more likely to be more productive working. Next, high openness is likely to seek knowledge, experience new idea, and have creative mind. Last, emotions, stability. Person is calm and stable versus neurotic and anxious. Neuroticism refers to people who are emotionally less stable, perform poor, and are less creative. People can be grouped by the two personality. Type A personality face unique challenge in their career path. If they choose production and work environment, cases to hear stress. Type B personality tend to less aggressive. Type B personality include calmness and even-tempered disposition. For this personality type include environment in which they use their ability be the voice of reason and creating an atmospheres of tranquility.
One of the most important areas to target in ensuring team cohesion in organization is the analysis of the roles of each individual in particular groups or teams. Roles in groups are often similar to the roles in the play. Within the high-functioning team, there should be a large emphasis on negotiation of the roles and mutual respect. For example, those who are eager to influence others may want to seek for the roles of the leader, while those who wish to maintain a low profile might want to accept the roles of the follower. We had this situation in our group as we decided on our roles based on the mutual consent. While the role differentiation may be the result of negotiation within the group, it is often the supervisor or leader who mandated the roles within the group. However, in our case, and in most of the cases, when groups are made during the academic study, the roles are not mandated by supervisor, but rather based on the desire of group members taken into account by the leaders. Still, even within the group of mandated roles, there are always informal roles. The gradual role differentiation is associated with greater specialization and narrow definition of roles. Different types of roles exist in high performance teams. The roles of leader is fundamental for any group, but others should not be overlooked. This includes expert, secretary, and the organizer. People with task roles focus on certain tasks and activities, while relationship roles focus on interpersonal relationships and focus on reducing conflict, enhancing satisfaction and trust in group. This will enhance team motivation as a whole, improving team cohesion. In our case, we divided the assignment into four major parts. As our group was very small, we had no certain discussed leader. However, I was the person who tried to organize the work and push the work forward. If we take our group, because of the low level of formality of our group, each member had a number of roles and functions and generally equal division of duties. Different sources indicate that role differentiation and socialization often create stress and tension for groups and group members. And the following issues should be carefully addressed to high functioning teams. However, we had no such issues because we knew each other before the formation of the group. Role differences occur when the behavior associated with the role are poorly defined. Hence, we address this issue by ambiguously division of duties. Role conflicts occur when groups members occupy two or more roles that call for incompatible behavior, or when the demands of a single role are contradictory. What role fit is low members do not feel that they match the demand of their roles. During the formation stage, we talked with the other about the division of the topics, and each group member selected the topics they thought are most suitable for them. This will result in enhancing the team cohesion. It is evident that high functioning teams are not created at one moment. Each group has several stages of development. The most popular approach is the model developed by Bruce Tuckman, which includes four stages: forming, storming, norming, and performing. A fifth stage was later added called adjuring. During the forming stage, the leader should focus on ensuring positive and polite approach by each member. The one should help to overcome an anxiety of team members related to the new situation. During the storming stage, where people start to push against the boundaries established in the forming stage. This is the stage where any teams fail. This should be eliminated. However, as we had a small group, we didn't have any problem with the first two stages and moved to the third stage during our meeting on February. Gradually, the team moves into the norming stage. This is when people start to resolve their differences, appreciate colleagues' strengths, and respect each other. The team reaches the performance stage when hard work leads without friction to the achievement of the team goals. The structures and processes that you have set up support this well. The leader should delegate much of the work to concentrate on the developing team members. Many teams will reach the stage of adjuring eventually.
If the organizations want to have high functioning teams, first they will have to allocate people carefully. With the help of the personality test and Belbin role model, managers can select suitable people accordingly within the organization to minimize problems from arising and increase the efficiency for the team as a whole. The managers will also need to keep the goal or objective in mind when forming the team, because different objectives might acquire different skills or knowledge from people. Also, depending on the objectives, the size of the team is important too. Smaller teams can get things done quickly, as the communication will be easier within the team. But large teams will have the diversity of people, which means they are likely to have more ideas on how to work towards the objectives efficiently. Many problems can arise within the team when they are working towards an objective. Managers will have to come up with solutions for this problem when they arise. Groupthink is one of these problems. It doesn't only occur to groups, it also occurs within a function team as well. Groupthink arises when a team or group of people are working together towards a solution. When people are working in a group, they might go along with the decision of the leader or the majority of people, and not challenge the ideas when they were presented. It may be beneficial as everyone can agree on the direction they're working on and get it done quickly and reach the objective within a short period of time. The disadvantage would be the quality of work might not be up to standard, as the idea will not challenge and leaving out ideas that could be more productive or efficient for working towards the objective. As a manager, it is important to encourage each of the team members to engage in the discussion. Small amount of healthy conflict on the ideas may help to bring them to a better decision making or direction towards the final objective. Social loafing will be another problem that can arise within a team. If employees are suddenly selected to work in a team, they might be prone to give less effort towards the objective, as there's more people to contribute compared to individual work. As the size of the team are bigger, this problem can be larger. These can lead to an unproductive and inefficient team, as each individual may not be working at their full potential. The manager should be fair and remind the team that each members are equal, and each of their roles are equally important, which is why they are selected. This may help and encourage members to speak up and contribute more, creating a high-functioning team.
In order to be a high-functioning team, managers need to provide team members the right stimuli that motivates them to perform well. Various theories have been drawn for this purpose in order to understand different key factors that stimulate people. For example, McGregor, theory X and Y, consider different personality aspects. Like theory X consider that people cannot be trusted because they're unreliable and irrational. So they're not going to be well team member in this situation are not going to be functioning within a team. Why? Theory Y, people look for independence, self-development, and creativity in their work environment. So, to stimulate, for example, people in theory Y, they always look for financial reward. If we move down to Maslow hierarchy of needs, there are psychological needs that lie behind the human behavior. And we consider 5 classes. There are physiological, safety, belongingness, esteem, and self-actualization. And people strive to progress following this hierarchy. McLennan needs theory only refer to the achievement and power that people look for by working for a team. So what McLennan refers to is the fact that people, by working with a team, can get better knowledge and strive to a higher position in the future, and believe that people could be trained and have a high need for achievement. Room expectancy theory is referred to the people's motivation beyond expectation of performing a given task. It depends on people goals and objectives. So expectancy theory only refers to the factors that stimulates people. Equity theory instead develops in the context of interpersonal relationship and refers to the fact that a manager, in order to motivate team members, need to be altruistic and ethic with everyone. Doesn't have to have like unfair behavior to one members compared to one another. And locked goal setting theory consider the fact that members are motivated to do if there are goals set within the team. So goals have to be clear, and managers need to try to behave like a mentor to members. Factors that stimulate people can be extrinsic or intrinsic. Extrinsic motivation factor came from outside and can be, for example, monetary or status that gives people the incentive to do better within a team, while intrinsic motivation came from the internal or inside the person, so it's regarding the interest and the challenges that a person have toward working in a team or a given task. Methods to motivate people can be through rewards, fear, achievement, growth, power, or social, where rewards can be both monetary and non-monetary. And if we think about expectancy theory, stay on the fact that what the person, the member of the team is looking for. Does he looking for a financial reward or is he looking for a promotion? Whether fear is just a consequence when the incentive motivation fails. Achievement refers to the fact that people are driven to work toward a given task and cooperate within the team because they're really concerned about achieving that goal and tackling new challenges, while growth is desired of a person to increase the personal knowledge. For example, in the case of working in a team, they can get more knowledge by matching with people from different culture, as with that. Power is just a form of autonomy or desire to control others around us, and depends from person to person. A person may be striving to have power, while another one prefers to have a low profile and be guided by the others. And social motivation factors refers to the desire to belong and be accepted by a specific group. So if a manager can understand all these factors and the theories that can be applied reflect their ability to determine which form is more effective and can see which one can have a positive or a negative outcome. In conclusion, we came up with the idea that in order to have a high functioning team within an organization, a manager needs to match personality of members together with the forming stages and the role assessment that can suit a person rather than another one, together with their personality characteristics. And they have to be able to overcome problems that can arise by working in a group, like social loafing and group thinking, and give that the right motivation to perform as a group.